Banter is sponsored by Ogden's. And in this episode... What? Was that a burp?
I was really trying to...
What the fuck was that?
That was a big burp. I was really trying to hold that in. I'm so sorry.
That was phenomenal.
A great one, wasn't
I
it?
wonder why you were doing that. Were you trying to dislodge it?
It was like stuck and I was like, oh my God. Here it comes. Right, sorry.
Wow.
Please proceed.
I was trying. Episode 14 of Barrels and Banter is sponsored by Ogden's, and in this episode we have a banging tale, the Doom Burp. We have a firing line debate, moderators, are they essential or overrated? We have our field notes and anecdotes, it's your turn to shoot with this or that, and we have confessions and questions. Puppy waiting lists, are they worth the effort if everyone is so flaky nowadays?
The Doom Burp seems quite appropriate after we've just had to re-record the intro to that
Because
episode.
you burped. Don't let everyone think it was me.
No, I did. I couldn't hold it in. You were flowing really well, and all of a sudden, this burp just came out of nowhere.
A burp followed by a massive laugh, and I looked sideways and was like, whoa, wow, that came out of you?
It's because we've done that stupid thing again where we go, should we eat first? And we stuff our faces and have a can of Coke and then think we can get through a podcast without burping.
And some Haribo.
And some Haribo.
Yeah, we've basically overeaten again. It's not good, is it?
What a right mix. Noodles, knickknacks and Haribo. Wow.
Healthy. On the burp note, you have a Doom Burp tale.
I do have a Doom Burp tale, and it does involve Celine.
Oh God, I remember it well.
So we were out on the shoot one day. We were out picking up, and
it was a ridiculously busy drive. Do you
yeah,
remember?
it was. Yeah,
both of us were right out the back, and we were sweeping a really thick valley. It was insane, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think at the time we had carriers on the floor.
I had forgotten my carrier, hadn't I? And we ended up trying to load it. We were stuck together loading everything on one.
Yes, and I think trying to use dog leads as carriers and all
Yes.
sorts. So we were stood together. The dogs were sort of just milling around, weren't they? And all of a sudden there was this almighty horrific smell. The worst thing I have ever smelt kicked me in the face. And I just
Sarah was crouched on the floor. I'm just stood up. I'm doing my own thing.
And I just looked around at Selena and I went, have you farted? Although had she, I would have been seriously concerned for her bowels. And that was it. She was in fits of laughter.
I was like, I haven't farted. What can you smell? And I crouched down and oh my God.
It was awful, wasn't it?
It was horrific.
Basically what had happened is one of Celine's darling dogs had decided to eat some shit and then basically come and burp in my face. So the dog in question is now called Dog Shit Burp. It was the most horrific smell. And Celine just went, oh, yeah, she does that occasionally. Oh, does she? Perfect.
Oh, it was horrific.
Oh.
I was a few seconds late to the party to sniff it. Wow.
It was bad.
It was bad.
And it's now called Dog Shit Burpfield.
It is.
If Celine's trying to explain a drive to me and she's like, Dog Shit Burpfield. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
It was eye-watering. I mean, if you own a Labrador, you probably have had this happen to you at some point. But I mean, it was a slightly breezy day and that was lingering. And I remember her coming up to your face.
So inappropriate.
Straight in your mouth.
She's such a happy, lovely little dog as well. She's just like, hi, take that. Oh
my God. It was
now every time Celine's dog comes too close to me, I'm like, whoa, go away, dog shit breath. You are not burping in my face today. Thank you.
Oh, love them. So from jovial to sensible, Sarah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We have our firing line debate. And the question is, moderators, are they essential or are they overrated?
I think it depends what you're doing, really. If you're just target shooting, then essentially you don't need one. You don't need to be quiet. You're just out on a range or something.
Jesus Christ.
I was trying to keep that down, but I couldn't continue talking. So sorry.
Wow.
You just say from jovial to sensible. I've just ruined it.
Yeah, you have.
Sorry.
You have. Can you just maintain your composure,
We interrupt this podcast to bring back the sensible sector. Anyway, yeah, so it depends what setting you're in. A lot of people that are just doing range shooting, outdoor range shooting, don't bother with a moderator. They're not needed. Why are you laughing at me? What's funny?
It's just funny. I'm sorry.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Hang on, you're supposed to be being sensible.
I am sensible.
Like I say, it depends what you're doing. If you're just range shooting outside, then you don't need a moderator.
No.
You're not having to reduce the noise or anything like that. I get a lot of people that don't use it on our indoor range, and my God, is that horrific.
God, well, I shot. What was that big gun?
I wasn't even a big gun. I gave you a 223 Schmeiser.
But that didn't have a moderator on it.
No, it had a muzzle brake on it.
Wow.
So that basically pushes everything backwards.
Yeah, so when I shot it, absolutely fine.
Yeah.
And then when you then shot it, what I meant by big gun is we shot like a 2-2,
Yeah.
hadn't we? And then when you then shot it, you said stand behind me, and I actually felt like my
insides
heart
were getting
had
rearranged.
gone, yeah, basically out the back of my chest.
I know, because Celine was looking at me like, why are you hiding behind the booth? I went, just trust me, you'll understand in a minute. And she was like, well, it's not. And I was like, honestly, it's a lot worse when you're behind someone.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's horrible being in that range when you're shadowing people, watching people. I'm just like, oh my God, my insides can't take this. So yeah, it's not great in there. But I personally, and you'll probably agree, if you're out stalking, why would you want to make that much noise? One, you're going to scare off a lot more. Sometimes we've been lucky enough, it's not silent, I get that, but we can take a shot on a deer and follow up on another deer sometimes.
Cool. Well, we were out probably, it was very, very late doe season. I want to say sort of like end of February, early March. It's kind of heading to that last month-ish, weren't we? And we'd gone round, you'd shot one early on. We'd then taken the buggy. I don't think we ever recorded this, but then I think you shot another in a field. And then we got down to the bottom of that field. There was more. And then I took a shot and shot one. And the next thing we looked up, and these weren't the deer that we'd been following around. There were 4 deer stood the next field over.
Yeah.
Granted, probably 200 metres away as you looked through. 4 of them stood there.
Just not move.
And they were grazing.
Yeah.
But they weren't even like, they weren't on their toes. They hadn't come out the woods. They hadn't run from, they'd been there early and then they'd stayed there. And we didn't head up that way. We ended up going back the way we'd come. But they were just still there. And you would struggle to get that if you didn't have a moderator.
I think if you didn't have a moderator on, that would have rattled right through that woods.
And also it's going to upset more local people, surely.
I just think you attract more attention as well, don't you? You know, we've had a few aunties before make themselves known to us while we're out shooting.
Yeah.
And I just think if you can draw less attention to yourselves, then why not, really?
It's also more considerate though, even if it's not an anti thing. If I lived next to a shoot and they were shooting deer, vermin, foxes, whatever, I would appreciate that person had considered their neighbours and was going to take preventative measures, be that they park sensibly, that they have a moderator, that they're just thinking about the people around them.
Yeah, definitely.
Granted, if you're up in the Highlands of Scotland, it's not really going to make a great deal of difference to the people.
No.
But it would to the animals that you're shooting. You'll get less chance of them all buggering off, I suppose. But
I also think about your ears. And I know this is going to be controversial and you're all going to come at me and go, me, moan at me. Shut up. How many people wear ear defenders when they're out deer stalking or rifle shooting? And if you say you always do, you're such a liar. I will not have it. People moan at me all the time going, oh, no ear defenders when you're out stalking. No, I don't. And
No,
I'm not
I
saying
don't.
that's the done thing. You should protect your ears because once you're deaf, you're deaf. But how many people do it? Because
I
you go
don't.
out and you take 1 or 2 shots, don't you? And you
Yeah.
go home again. But if you were doing that without a moderator, that is going to rattle your ears a lot more.
yes, I think if it then in that sense you probably would do. But
Yeah.
then who's really going to bother?
I mean, yeah.
Whereas shotgun shooting.
I mean, if you wear ear defenders every time you go stalking, hats off to you. You deserve a medal. On to our field notes and anecdotes. So we've had some interesting comments lately, haven't we, on our social medias?
Yeah, I think one of the videos of you when your dogs were quite keen to keep bringing you birds
Doing dog things.
has gone somewhat viral. And a little while ago, it had another resurgence, which was a bit random. And with it came some extraordinary comments. Well, I've been sitting on those comments, Sarah. And then I thought, what better way to salute these people than to turn it into a rap? It's short, guys. It's short. Don't worry. But
Celine is going to rap this.
I'm going to rap this.
Have you ever rapped before?
No, I haven't. But I've written. I could do it as a poem.
No.
But I feel like
a rap.
No one needs a poem in their life.
No.
People need raps. Yeah.
Okay. So do you want a beat from me? Do you want
Yeah. I feel like I need a beat.
Okay. What do you want? Tell me what you want.
I don't
Tell
know.
me what you want. What you really want.
You throw the beats and I will rap.
I don't know what beat a rap is.
What is that? That's We Will Rock You.
Oh, all right. Sorry. I just said what you want and you said I don't mind. I gave you We Will Rock You. What would you like, rapper?
Well, thank you. Always ask the artist. That's still the same.
Is it? Okay, I only know one beat. Give me a beat to work with.
We need a musician to hear this and turn it into like a proper rap.
We're going to go viral.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
Maybe it could be, you know what I always say about us having a jingle or an opening tune? Maybe this could be the opening tune to our podcast forevermore. You rapping.
Probably not quite there, but we can give it a go.
Okay, right, give me a beat then. What beat do you want? Show me the beat.
Just be like, I was just going to do what you just said.
Oh, exactly the same.
Turns out, I can't think of anything like that. Just be like...
Fucking Christmas tune coming on there.
Maybe we'll just go with the We Will Rock You beat. But you need to be like
quick, because I might run out of and cheese. Turn your volume up on your radio. Introducing rapper Celine G.
Posted a reel from the pheasant shoot. Dogs on the move. Comments came flying. Man, the internet groove. Why you doing that to penguins? Bro, what do you see? Wow, so many eagles. That's a pheasant, G. Are you from the Dudakri tribe? I'm just in boots and a cap. I need a relationship. This is the wrong app for that. Nice wild chicken, well, you're kind of on track. Next video, dang, give the reel some slack. Then one dude yelling, are all the birds gone? Relax, mate. The dogs have fun and the day moved on.
Yes!
Do you think it worked?
We're going viral.
Oh my God, I feel like that was quite cool. But who the fuck thinks that we are shooting penguins? Sarah.
My phone is on silent. Please hold the line,
I think it might be
podcast
me.
people.
Do you know they say don't give up the day job? Do you know what? I reckon I could.
Yeah,
I reckon we've just created a duo.
No one tuned in thinking they were going to get a rap like that today.
No. And people have said we could go on BGT, just proving it. We actually have a talent now.
I hate to say it, but that could be better than my jingle than I did. I did get a 5-star review for my jingle.
Oh, come on, guys.
Just going to put it out there.
Listen, I absolutely deserve one for that rap. That was...
Rapper. I'm not a rapper, but I'm a backgroundist.
Yeah, that's true.
My was good.
It was good.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I particularly did like the fact that we had such good comments to work off of.
Yes.
Because who on earth thinks they're penguins? And that was not Google translated, guys. That was
penguins.
Literally, I did not Google translate any of these comments. The only one that I didn't put in that I should have done was... I'm just going to have to read it out. Fuckwit turds.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yo,
that was from a lady.
Turds.
Maybe we could do another.
Well, I was just about to come up with the same thing. We will collate... Basically, anyone that leaves us rude, bad, arrogant comments, we're now just going to turn you into a rap.
I feel it coming.
Yeah.
I think that's good. Right?
I can't wait.
Boom.
Stay tuned. Everyone's thinking, shit, great. Woohoo. We were hoping that was a one-time only thing. No, guys, we will be back for some more rapping.
Now, this and that. We've had some this and that in from people.
I've got this and that.
Have you?
Turn your heating on or turn your heating off?
Off.
Oh my God, it is so
window
cold
closed or window open?
Closed.
Open.
5 layers or 1?
1.
Sorry,
Socks,
guys.
no socks. No
Socks.
socks. Jumper, no jumper. No jumper.
I am so cold in Celine's house. I'm starting to lose the feelings in my fingers.
It's not even cold in here.
If you hear my voice generate, getting weaker.
Sarah would like to have the podcast sponsored by a heating oil company soon.
Or a heated blanket. I'm going to start wearing
Can't
my
have a
heated
heated
gilet.
blanket here
Why?
because we live on a farm at the end of an electric line, so you can't use all that electric. It's not allowed.
Jesus, I'll bring my electric gilet next time. Stalking solo or with a mate?
Solo every time.
Are you joking?
Yes. Well, sometimes.
Hey,
Haribo to myself.
you would not go stalking on your own.
No one to Gralloch. All right, with a mate.
Oh yeah, true. You're
better
grollicking
at that.
bitch. I'd go with the mate too,
Oh,
especially because what don't I like?
it's the dog.
Prone shooting or off of sticks?
What's prone?
That answers your question to her, this and that, and I knew she was going to say that.
Oh, well, hang on a minute. You
Lying-
and your fancy words.
No, that's not a fancy word.
What is that?
That's where you lie on the floor and shoot. Prone. Off
From a
of like a
bipod?
bipod, yeah.
Prone.
It's called prone shooting.
Oh, it's just called off a bipod if you're me. Well, off a stick.
I'll let you guess which one Celine chooses.
No, but to me, I would have just said off bipod. Sticks, and I, would rather be standing.
See, mine's prone. Don't often get to do it because the way the land around a lot of my ground,
Yeah.
it just doesn't happen. But I'll always take my bipod with me, and should a shot present, I can do it prone. I love shooting prone. Get down on the floor.
That's how you were shooting your rabbits.
Yes. And you
Which
used
is
sticks,
easy,
actually, didn't
which
you?
is easier from that sense, I suppose, if you're shooting rabbits. But then the grass was really long in part of it, and you couldn't go high enough.
I don't think Celine actually owns a bipod, do you?
No. Yes, I do.
Oh, you do now?
I do.
Oh, wow.
It's in the cupboard. Really helpful.
Fancy.
Been there for a year or two.
Reloading or factory ammo?
Factory ammo. I haven't got time for all that.
I haven't got time for reloading. I used to. I don't have the patience.
Now you've got children.
the
And
concentration span.
yeah.
It's not one of those jobs that you can like watch EastEnders and reload at the same time because you overdo your power, you're going to blow yourself up. You have to actually focus.
Yeah. Nah.
Black lab or yellow lab?
Oh.
Oh.
So if I say what I'm going to say, my husband is going to listen to this podcast and then come in and go, what? But because he is Black Lab all day long. His vision of the perfect dog team is just a sea of Black Labradors.
Really?
I really do love a yellow Labrador. Although my puppy, we're still going with puppy, okay, puppy. It's over 12 months, but puppy. My puppy is a Black Labrador, and I do sing her praises, as I do sing the praises of Raven very regularly, whilst constantly telling my husband, she is a bit of a knob, but she's a really good dog, you know. And he goes, yes, I know that because it's a Black Labrador, Celine. Oh, okay. You can see a yellow Labrador when it's lost in the woods.
And also, how often do we not know whose Black Lab is whose?
Oh, so
We've got
annoying.
yours, mine, someone else's, and I'm going, is that your dog or my dog? And you
Well,
go, yours.
Anna's dog
Yeah.
looks identical to Raven.
Yeah.
Even how they carry their tail from behind, they're the same height, they've got the same head shape, their ears sit
It's
the same
impossible
way.
sometimes. Or I'm shouting at a dog wondering why it's not listening to me, and I go, oh, that's not my dog, that's Celine's. Fair play. It's not, she's not doing what she's told.
Many years ago, I was on a shoot where I used to live in Surrey, just a little like farmer type shoot. And a friend of mine was walking along with her Black Labrador. I was walking along with mine. And mine kept like pulling back. Flipping dog pulling behind was weird. And her dog kept pulling forwards. And I was like, will you heel? Will you heel? And she's going, will you heel? And then it turned out that mine was on her lead and hers was on
You had
my
the wrong
lead.
dogs.
And we had basically gone, oh, good job, Grouse. And I just put hers on a lead. And it wasn't my dog at all.
That's
it was
why neither of them
Misty.
wanted to listen.
No. So mine was like going, well, I am trying to, but this woman keeps pulling me backwards. And hers is going, well, I'm trying to, this woman keeps pulling me forwards. Yeah, so that is true. It is a lot easier.
Yellow dog.
However, when your dog's being a complete knob, it also stands out.
Yeah, that's
You need to
true.
go for like mid-yellow that everybody else has got, not go for like real pale ones like mine.
Yours stand out quite well.
Hashtag awkward.
Puppy training or finishing a trained dog?
Puppy training.
Yeah,
I don't feel like a trained dog is ever finished.
No.
It's just
and
a never-ending cycle.
I'm always excited to see what the puppies can do and
Yeah.
what, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, puppy. Pheasant or partridge? Now, I don't know if that's to shoot, to eat, or what, actually. Just pheasant or partridge.
Let's go for all options. To shoot, Pheasant, bigger
target.
bigger
Agree.
target. To eat partridge.
Yeah.
To pick up pheasant, because it tends to be slightly more woodland drives and that is a bit more work. But if I'm carrying them, partridges.
Oh, 100%. It's a lot easier. Outfits. Tweed or stalking outfits?
Tweed.
Stalking.
I love tweed.
I love stalking.
I just love the look of tweed. I just think it's so timeless.
Yeah, I do agree.
I'm not a big fan of camo. Like, obviously it's a necessity, but I
kind of live in my camo stuff though,
tweed.
don't I? Like, come round to mine for a cup of tea and I'm probably wearing camo.
Yeah, yours is more subtle though. Some of
Yeah.
them just make me think army-esque, but yeah, I reckon definitely tweed. Big strong dog or smaller agile dog?
Ooh.
You've had both.
I have had both. I do like a big strong dog, but I'd say a small agile actually now. Like, looking at my little fawn and that, like, she is just in every... She's still strong, but she definitely probably hops over stuff a bit easier.
Yeah, I mean, we're not really doing anything like goose shooting or anything that we would really need a particularly big, strong dog. We're not out on wetlands where you're having to retrieve something that is bulky over like water and mudland and stuff. So I would say probably for what we're doing, I agree with you, because actually you need a dog that can clear a fence easily or go under a fence. I try and train my dogs to go under rather than over. But if you've got a dog that can squeeze under the smallest gap, for me, that's more helpful.
I actually used to struggle with Drake because he was quite a big dog, and trying to get his fat head under any fence was just... So then I ended up having to lift him over stuff sometimes, and that's a heavy dog to lift over.
And then I always worry about getting a leg caught, because there's always a leg hanging, isn't there? And they're trying to struggle out of your arms the other side.
Yeah.
Handling on a whistle or letting the dog work?
Oh, that really depends on the scenario, but I do like to let my dogs work more. If they've gone wrong, then you're going to have to help them. If it's gone furthest left-hand side of the field when it was meant to go right, you're going to have to handle it. But I think once they're out, just let them work.
I'm 100% let them work.
They've got to use their brain, and if you constantly handle them, they're not using their brain, they're relying on you. Also,
for a lot of what we do, I think that you've got the elements where you have... It's slightly more complex because you're doing a lot of sweeping. It's not just out, retrieve back, because you've got a pocket, say, behind the guns that might be woodland, that we're all stood miles back in the fields, we're picking the runners in the fields, you then come through to the woodland. With the best will in the world, nobody can mark everything in that woodland. No. And even if you think you can, some will have moved around within that woodland, in which case you just have to let the dog get on with it to a degree as well. A rapid decision shot at short range, or a carefully planned shot at long range. This is, I'm guessing, deer or fox, one or the other, like rifles.
You go first, I can't decide.
Rapid decision shot at short range, I think. Because I feel like I can have a tendency to overthink at long range.
Do you know what? That's why I'm leaning towards that. Not for it being...
I don't mean snap shooting.
Well, for me, it's not being the short distance. It's that I like the quick get onto it, rather than, like you say, the long planned. Like sometimes when you have too much time to think about it, that's when it can go a bit peak-tong.
Yeah, and then you start thinking, well, should I position it this much higher? Should I go back? Was my
Do you remember that buck that I shot over the gate?
Yes.
We didn't know the buck was there. We got out of the bug, and then all of a sudden the buck was just there, and I was like, rifle up, bang, drop, done. And I was like, whoa, that was awesome.
I had one of those at the latter part of does, sort of around that kind of February time, and it was a case of we just got out of the buggy, walked up, and I was like, oh, it's actually stood right in front of me,
right there.
Okie dokie. You don't have a great deal of time to overthink it.
And also, people might not agree with this, but I think long range plan shot, if you're doing long range, the deer generally doesn't know you're there. And for me, I find that not too much fun sometimes. Like,
I like that, because I find that one can just drop and the others are just stood there completely oblivious.
I know, but nice. I like the stalk. So rather than you've got a deer that's 400 yards away, it's not going to know you're there.
Your version of long range and my version of long range are not quite the same.
Yeah. Whereas I like to stalk. I like the, can I get close to it? Is it going to spot me? Is it going to win me? Is it going to tension? And then I've managed to pull that off.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough. Would you rather shoot a medal buck but no one believes you, or a small bluck?
A bluck?
Yes, a bluck.
I've never seen a bluck before. Maybe I'll go for that option. Where are they to?
Well, would you rather shoot a small bluck that everyone sees?
A medal that no one sees.
No one believes you.
Yeah.
You'd rather shoot a medal and no one believes you?
100%.
Yeah.
I don't care if no one believes me. I was there. It was awesome. That's all that matters.
No one's going to believe us anyway on anything we do, because they all think it's all a lie, however it is. So actually, the reality is that's just our lives.
People think we're full of shit anyway.
No change there then.
To be fair, your first medal buck isn't on video because I threw the camera down because I got too excited.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Up in Lancashire, in a town called Oldham, there's a chap called Phil Ogden that some of you may already know. But for those of you that don't, he's a small independent luggage maker that's turning out some of the highest quality stalking, shooting luggage and accessories. His ethos is to simply use the best materials and fittings available, making the products to the highest standards. He makes bags that people want, listens to feedback and applies new ideas to create the best kit. His Row and Seeker sacks are proven workhorse products that don't let you down in the field. His quick slip rifle case made to protect and carry that expensive piece of kit. The Tactical 50 double case carries 2 rifles comfortably with built-in range mat and large outer pocket. Then there's a plethora of useful leatherware from bullet wallets to bolt holders to slings and cartridge bags for all aspects of country life. With Ogden's, product quality and customer care is guaranteed. Now on to our confessions and questions, and we have a question for this podcast, which is there any point in a puppy wait list when people are so flaky nowadays? I feel like you can take the lead on this one because you might have some recent experience.
It's so yes and no,
People.
But man alive, you need to prepare yourself for the chopping and changing. I reckon with the most recent litter that I've had, so we normally only have like one a year, so let's say springtime, that I have probably had 20 people come on and go off of my list in a year saying, oh, I'm desperate. And you get someone, they're like, oh, I'll wait. I absolutely will wait. I just anything for your dog. I'd really love one of them. And then you get to the point of mating and they go, oh yeah, no, I bought one the other day off my neighbour.
Great.
Oh, right, okay. Each to their own.
Yeah.
But I also think, would you just not message that person prior? Why do I have to chase you? It's a bit weird. You've said you want, do you know what I mean? And then you also go to the flip side and you get somebody that will be like, yeah, well, you know, if you're going to have a litter, let me know. And I think, oh God, here we go. And then you let them know and they go, yeah, absolutely, put me down for one, I'll have a yellow dog.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, okay, I didn't see that one coming. You can never really tell with people. I think a lot of people chopped and changed on my list. So my most recent litter had 9 born and I think 6 were pre-reserved, 2 sold within a couple of days. So, and then I had 1 that's then later. But I think for me, there was a lot of chopping and changing on the list, but I also this year nearly fell victim to scammers.
Yes.
I've never had this
people
before.
out there, isn't there?
I have never had this before. So people come to me from all different places, and this person came to me via Facebook through my Facebook page, sent me a message, you know, interested in a puppy, asked all the right questions. So what I normally do at that stage, this was pre-mating. So I normally say, you know, send me your details, send me your phone number, put you on my list. Everyone goes on in order what you're interested in. She wanted a black bitch. So we'll call her Mary Jones. Mary Jones, first choice black bitch is where she sits. She might then change her mind or whatever. That's fine, like we talk about. But she's there. She's got her sort of spot. Puppies are born, give her a ring, doesn't answer the phone. I thought that's a bit weird. And then she didn't get back to me. She sent me a WhatsApp and I thought, oh, okay, well, that's fine. I'll sort of converse initially through WhatsApp. Now, every single person I insist on talking to on the phone at some point.
So you know that they're a real person.
I don't export abroad. Everybody has to come and see me. They have to visit me in person and everybody has to pick up the puppy or have come themselves. They can't just send a third party each time.
Yeah.
These are just my basic rules. Yeah. And most people come and do 3 visits. Although like this year I had somebody that was quite a long way away, so it was an 8-hour round trip. So the first couple were FaceTime visits, and then they did the physical visit in person at the end, because obviously
that's unrealistic. Yeah.
But she asked all the right questions. Like she'd been asking about the dam and the sire, and she was like, "Oh, I know the grandfather, and I know this, and I know." You know, I was going through the whole thing, and then she sent me a message. She said, "Oh, this is all amazing. We'd had all the conversations." She said, "Great, I'm just going to send you over." So I've got a holding deposit, which is a nominal fee, but it just shows genuine commitment to buying a puppy. The 50% deposit's later, and then obviously the balance before they go. So I asked for the nominal fee. She said, "I've sent it." Never arrived. Somebody else sent their deposit on the same day, and they both allegedly called them puppy. Well, the other person, after 24 hours, my bank put their name up. So I went back to Mary Jones and I said, "Look, bit awkward, but it's not actually come in. Oh, I'm going to have to get the police involved." I was like,
Which is a really random thing to say, because who gets the police involved? You just ring your bank and go, "Hey, I sent a payment," and they've not got it.
Then she started to say, "Well, this has happened before." And I thought, well, that's a bit weird, but okay. Why would you have made me go back to the poor other woman to check her bank if you know that this had happened? Long story short, I said, "Well, I haven't got a problem with you getting the police involved because it's not come, so we can hash it out." Next thing, I've got, "Well, you're not even a real breeder. You're this, that, and the other."
They started slagging you all over line, and I was like, "What's going on?"
And it was really weird. And then just went off the deep end. I thought, well, you've never answered the phone. I didn't give them my address. No one gets the address until they're just coming for their first visit. They'd have to have paid a nominal fee deposit, etc. So I wouldn't want to say, like, some people are quite protective of. I would say I've got like a good buffer there.
Yeah,
of what,
100%.
But I don't, I don't understand what she thinks she was going to achieve. But actually, she was someone that had been on my list for months. And it wasn't flakiness, but it was just really weird.
Because like you say, so, okay, let's say she lied about sending the deposit. Well, you're not going to hold a puppy, are you?
No.
So I just don't get it.
And I wasn't going to send her the puppy without her coming to see me.
No.
And she wasn't ever going to get the puppy until she paid and physically been. It was really odd.
You also had somebody else, didn't you, that had like stolen a picture of another person's dog profile picture.
I then had a message from someone saying, "I'm interested in a black bitch," and I started conversing with her, and a couple of things she said were slightly odd. So I thought, okay, I'll have a quick look at her Facebook profile. It's not something I would just automatically have done. Normally you just say, "Give me a ring."
Yeah.
And you would have a chat on the phone. She said, "I've just got a couple of questions first. I'll give you a ring later." Fine. Lots of people do that. It's not an issue. And then she asked a couple of strange things. And I thought, well, that's a bit of a strange thing to ask. So I went on her profile and I thought, she's got 2 pictures of dogs. Her profile had only just been set up like 3 months ago, which is slightly odd for someone born in the 1990s.
Yeah.
Because anyway, when I then reverse image searched, and she'd taken the picture off of someone's Gundog Direct advert, because on the Gundog Direct advert at the bottom, it said the name of the person that owned the dog, or they were not even remotely similar. And then she started going, "Well, you're this, that," and I was like, "Well, hang on a minute."
Yeah, you've stolen someone's profile picture.
To try and make yourself look like you're somebody else. I don't really know, but that was very odd as well. So I feel like you could have all the lists in the world and you don't know if someone is going to change their mind, someone's going to go to their neighbour, someone's going to turn out to be a scammer, because the scammer was on my list.
Yeah.
So it's really odd. But equally, I did sell 6 puppies through having a list. And in this day and age, knowing that you have interest, even if they're not the people that end up buying your puppies, I think to know that you have interest from people is really important.
Yeah. And I'm going to put it out there. Anyone trying to scam Celine to, I don't know, slow up her puppy sales, just fucking give it up, because it's never going to work. Your puppies sell like hotcakes. Like, I don't know what you think you're going to achieve, but
it was really weird.
Get a new hobby. So and you're very nice, actually, giving her the name of Mary Jones. I would have fucking just given her name.
Probably people can see her on my profile somewhere, I'm sure.
I would have just given her name. Name and shame. If you're gonna
I don't even know if that's her real name, because she only had like 4 friends, so probably it wasn't even her real name anyway.
Yeah.
And then you have other people, like I had a lady who a few years ago, she was desperate for, I think it was black dog. Unfortunately, I'd had a litter that didn't have a black dog in.
Yeah.
Like, when you have those, that was all she wanted. What did I have? Every yellow dog going and a million black bitches. Yeah. Did I have a black dog? No. And she then said, "Well, I'd like to wait till next year." And I thought, well, that's never going to come off, is it? But okay, shifted her on to the next year. And the next year I had a black dog. She went, "That's absolutely perfect. That's mine."
Oh, lovely.
So it does work, but I feel like don't put all your eggs in that I've got a list basket. You need to know that you have got backup plans.
Yeah.
like I say, it did work for me in the sense that I had sold some through my list, but don't just think, oh, well, I'm resting on my laurels. I've got 15 on my list and I'm only due 8 puppies.
Yeah.
Those 15 might well sell 3 or 4 of your puppies. But actually, you need to make sure that you have a contingency plan in place just in case.
Just in case, yeah.
Are you willing to keep one of those puppies if you don't manage to sell it at that point?
Hell yeah.
So, Sarah, you have a little confession, and then I think we have a voice note confession too.
Are we going? Are we ready? I was supposed to say.
Well, I mean, I can go if you want. Like,
here we go. I pride myself on being organised. Colour-coded cartridge bag, everything in its place.
Oh, that's like me. Proper OCD. Love a bit of that.
Except on this particular day, I'd helpfully bought my son's 20-ball cartridges alongside my 12-ball gun. Oh, sounds familiar, Celine.
I didn't write this.
First drive, I opened the bag and immediately sensed something is not right. Spent the next 10 minutes pretending I was just stretching while secretly borrowing cartridges up and down the line like a man collecting sponsorship. Celine can feel sorry for you with that one because she, in the season, bought the wrong gun for the wrong cartridges. Yeah,
listen, my friend, I feel like I'm with you. Although I did it the right way round because I bought the 12-ball gun with the 16-ball cartridges. Yes. Imagine if I bought the 16-ball gun with the 12-ball cartridges. Nobody would have had any. So I was okay. There was a lot of people there.
You just everybody else,
everyone else was shooting 12-ball. So I was just like, please, can I have some cartridges?
I love that. Secretly going up and down the line like a man collecting sponsorship.
That was me on the first drive.
Please.
And the worst thing was I walked past this chap, Rowley, and I literally was like, hey, Rowley. And he went, oh, I hear you've had quite a morning because I think I'd had to take one of my kids to school because the bus had broken down. And I'd ended up driving him to school, drive all the way down to the shoot. So I was properly on the back foot. And he went, I can't believe you're here. And you remembered your gun and everything. And I walked so smugly past him before taking the gun out. And it was only at the point that I started pulling it out. And I looked at the stock and I thought, a bit weird. Then I pulled it a bit further, side plate, fine. And I pulled it a bit further and I went, oh my God, the barrels are the wrong way around. At which point I realised I'd fucked up. And I was like, so, Rowley, I have bought a gun. That is absolutely correct, but I actually have bought the wrong one. Any chance you've got cartridges that you don't mind sharing at this point? So I'm with you, my friend. I don't know what your name was.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
I have another confession. This one is a voice note. We do love a voice note, don't we? Right, here we go.
Hi, girls. You were looking for embarrassing stories or when dogs or such like have shown us up in the field. I've got a good one from the start of this season, to be fair. I pick up on quite a decent estate in Northamptonshire, private family estate with a few let days. And it was one of the boss's days, so sort of high-profile guests, one of which happened to be the chairman of Northampton Cricket Club. As it happens, I know this gentleman because he comes and shoots at our shoot at home. So I've stood back during the drive and watched him not have a particularly good drive.
Poor man now on the pod.
It was even commented on, who's that gentleman? He's not hitting a lot. So, end of the drive, start walking forward. Once we've done our bit, sweeping through. And big hand up in the air, James, hello. So he makes himself known, so I go and have a bit of a chat with him, and as I'm chatting with him, I look beyond him and I see one of my dogs, Copper, making eye contact with me as he's lifting his leg somewhere near Gavin's peg. And I'm thinking, oh no, just keep him talking. So Copper finishes what he's doing. Gavin walks back to his peg, I carry on picking up. I hear this, oh no, for fuck's sake. James, I think your dog's just pissed on my kit. So yeah, Copper had just filled his cartridge bag, his hat, and his earmuffs full of piss.
Oh, God.
Which, lucky for me, the shoot host had to wash off and hose down rather than myself. So it was a bit of a win-win, but yeah, that is a typical story of when dogs let you down in the field.
That is a very nice shoot host. Because I think most of them would have been like, your dog, your wee.
Your dog, you're cleaning it up. 100%.
Oh.
Right in his earmuffs as well.
Oh.
That is unfortunate, isn't it?
That is unfortunate.
Some soggy ears for the rest
It's one
of
of
the
those
day.
where you kind of just had hoped that somebody else's dog had been passing at a similar time. Bless them.
Blame it on someone else.
Thank you everyone for your messages and all of your support. We would love you to leave us a 5-star review, and don't forget that you can send all of your questions and things to us, and we will see you for episode 15 very soon.